find out if they are sole champs of the WAC or if they have to share the title for 2013-2014 as they host Bakersfield Roadrunners. It's all coming your way next, right here on UVU TV. Welcome to the UCCU Center on the beautiful campus of Utah Valley University, where the Wolverines of Utah Valley close out their regular season tonight by playing host to the Roadrunners of Bakersfield in the last WAC game of the season to be played here. Hello again, everybody. Jim McCullough, Matt Peterson. It's senior night, but you got a championship on the line, Matt. A lot of things going on tonight for these guys.
Yeah, I think the Wolverines can't get caught up in what the festivities are going to be here for senior night, because there is still so much at stake, and they've got everything in the world to play for. I know having almost a week of preparation that will have been drilled into their minds, and they'll be ready.
The Wolverines can win the title outright with a victory. They don't have to share it. But if they lose, they're still co-champs with New Mexico State, who's already finished their regular season with a conference record of 12-4. Utah Valley currently sitting on top with a 12-3 record. Then in third place, Grand Canyon, followed by Chicago State and UMKC. UVU has already clinched the regular season #1 seed. That means they've already clinched an NIT berth as well. So that takes a little bit of the pressure off. But now you've got senior night. You've got parents who've flown in here. You've got a lot of family coming to this game who otherwise might not necessarily have made their way here. You remember what it was like for you on senior night. A lot of emotion, I'm guessing.
So much emotion. It's a fun night and it's a tough night. It's a fun night because you get to celebrate what these players have done for the years that they've been here. And it's a tough night because you know this is the last time that you're going to see them play.
UVU's got 4 seniors playing their very last regular season home game tonight, led of course by the duo of Ben Aird and Holton Hunsaker. Ben going to finish his career as the all-time leading rebounder here at UVU. Holton the all-time, well, you see it, assists, steals, et cetera, leader. He's also academic All-American. Those two guys have meant so much to this program. In fact, Holton hasn't missed a start in the hasn't missed a start at all in 4 seasons. He started every game as a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. And then you've got Taylor Brown and Keavi Enos. Keavi coming on in the senior starting spot this year, leading the WAC most of the season in three-point shooting. Taylor tearing tendons in his ankle, not having the type of year he wishes he had. 4 seniors, Matt, that have just meant so much to this program.
You know, and when you're around the team and when you know about them, you know the hard work that they've put in, the sweat, the time, the hours, and coupling that with their schoolwork. They've given a lot to the university, and this night is going to be well-deserved for them, and we'll be a part of celebrating it with them.
They'll honor the seniors post-game. After the game is when they'll do a lot of the stuff. They don't do it pre-game, too much emotion involved, especially when Holton's dad trying to get ready to coach the team as the head coach. All right, so we got the Bakersfield Roadrunners coming in here. It was an 8-point victory for UVU up at their place earlier this season. Let's talk about keys to victory for UVU tonight, Matt.
Yeah, and the Roadrunners are going to look to play the spoilers in tonight's game. So for the Wolverines, they've got to be able to defend the perimeter. You have Isaiah Grayson, who comes in at the guard position, leading the team in scoring at 16 points per game. And you have to think that they're going to be a perimeter-oriented team tonight. They have to handle Bakersfield athleticism at different positions and different spots on the floor. And they have to overcome that senior night and conference championship championship jitters, because there will be a ton of emotion that will be on the court tonight, all night long. So it'll be key for the Wolverines to stay focused on the game, let the festivities and activities take care of themselves later.
We told you the Wolverines are 12-3 in conference play. The Bakersfield Roadrunners 5-10. Depending on whether they win, lose tonight, and other games going on tomorrow, they're going to be seeded either 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th in the conference tournament. So they've got a lot to play for tonight, too, because you really don't want to be seeded 7th or 8th and have to go through that. We'll talk more about that as the game continues. Hey, our Costa Vida pregame show continues after this break. Starting lineups, opening tip, coming your way. Wolverines and Roadrunners up next here on UVU TV.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission.
Aggie up.
Bronx Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
I hate math. I can't count how many times I've heard people say that. And as a math teacher, I take it personally. So, while working on my master's at UVU, I developed ways to help kids not hate math. Does engaged learning make a difference? You do the math.
Welcome back to the UCCU Center. The Roadrunners of Bakersfield going to start Stephon Johnson, Javante Maynor, Isaiah Grayson, Brandon Barnes, and Ali Ahmed. 3 seniors, 1 junior, 1 sophomore. Together, they're averaging 70 points a game, are these Roadrunners from Bakersfield. That's important because the Wolverines are #1 in the conference in scoring defense, only giving up 65 points a game. Bakersfield loves high scores. Javante Maynor averaging 9.3 a game. Stephon Johnson 6.1. Isaiah Grayson, WAC's 8th leading scorer at 16 points a game. Brandon Barnes at 9.7 a game, and Ali Ahmed at 8.7 a game, and a team high 6.3 rebounds. They're coached by Rod Barnes in his 3rd season in Bakersfield. They're 12-17 this season. They're 6-10 away from home. And as we mentioned before the break, they're 5-10 in the WAC. They're playing tonight for either the number 5, 6, 7, or 8 seed in next week's conference tournament down in Las Vegas. And you got to figure they really would not want to be 7 or 8. They would like to be 5 or 6. The only way they can be 5th is if they win tonight. Bakersfield did a pretty good job in the first half at home against Utah Valley. That was back on January 4th, the first WAC game ever between these two. But then Utah Valley dominated the second half. Now your starting lineups for UVU. Here's Eric Allen.
And now the starting lineup for our UVU Wolverines. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Boise, Idaho, number 15, Mitch Bruni. The other forward, a 6'7" freshman from Yuba City, California, number 21, Zach Nelson. At center, a 6'9" senior, the pride of Bountiful, number 34, Big Ben Air. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Mesa, Arizona, number 3, Keabe Enos. And the other guard, a 6-foot senior from North Salt Lake City, number 12, Alton Hunsaker. Head coach of the Wolverines in his 12th season.
3 seniors, 1 junior, and a redshirt freshman. They've started every single game this season, all 28 prior to tonight. They get the start again tonight. Not too many teams in the country that can say that. The Wolverines coming here averaging 67 points a game, giving up, as I mentioned, 65 points a game. They're coached by Dick Hunsaker in his 12th season at UVU, seeing his son Holton play his last regular season home game. There is a chance, a very slight outside chance, the Wolverines will see postseason action on this court, but they're not hoping for that.
Nope.
They're hoping for NCAA or maybe something else.
Yeah, and Jim, having gone through several senior night games myself, I know what Coach Hunsaker has talked to these guys about. He's talked to them about this game is all about the seniors, you know, and it really is. Obviously, you have to focus on your opponent, but this game is so much about the seniors, and I think that this game will be won based off of emotion. The team that can play with more emotion will come out the victor.
Well, UVU was certainly missing emotion last Saturday. They had a very emotional win on Thursday night of last week here against New Mexico State. They got a lot of national attention for certain reasons, and then Saturday night just went flat. Did win the game against Pan Am, but just a very low-scoring 45-42 affair. Wolverines control the opening tip. We're underway here at the UCCU Center.
Trying to work this ball around, looking to get inside, give him a presence early.
Ben Air turnaround jumper, short. Grayson just let that one go out of bounds. Roadrunner basketball.
Yeah, a lot of movement, a lot of screening, pretty good timing. I like the shot from Ben. It just came up short. That was, you know, they're going to try and get the ball inside to him early, get him established, and then work from there.
Ball on the floor. Bakersfield had it and traveled with it, did Stephon Johnson.
And you see Bakersfield here off of the turnover, almost a full court man-to-man, not really a trapping type of press, but just full court pressure. The Wolverines do a good job of handling it.
Crowd not what they were hoping for tonight. Spring break started today here at UVU. Ben Aird takes care of business.
Yeah, another really well-run play. Similar action at first, but it's that famous slip screen that we see from the Wolverines. The defense thinks that Ben's going out to set a screen. That ball quickly hits the corner. He dives to the rim, and we've seen a lot of finishes from him like that this year. We've seen Zach with some finishes as well.
Grayson finds the seam to tie this thing up. Isaiah Grayson, 16 points a game and 4.2 assists a game. In fact, you've got the WAC's #1 and #2 assist men in this game. Grayson at #1 at 4.2 a game, and then Holton Hunsaker for UVU at 4 assists a game. Currently in second place. Holton open for the three. Ben Aird fights for the rebound. GoUVU for three. Bottom.
A long shot equals a long rebound, and Ben in perfect position for that. And then it's tough for the defense to match up. Scrambling defense. GoUVU finds a spot and knocks it down.
UVU out in front, 5-2 here in the early going. Ahmed pulls the road runners to within 1.
I'm interested to see this matchup. I think that Ahmed's got some pretty good size. He and Ben are very similar in height, very similar in body type. And let's see how they battle inside throughout the night.
GoUVU Enos couldn't get the little jump hook to go. Roadrunners looking to take their first lead of the night. Ahmed. A lot of physical contact inside. It would be nice if they let him play like that all night and not call every ticky-tack foul.
I agree. I think that was good rotation. Ben went initially over to double team, but the pass out happened and by Stephon Johnson, and Ben had to quickly recover, did a nice job of contesting the shot.
Hunsaker misses the three, but Zach Nelson pulls down the rebound. Keavi misses his three. Bakersfield with the rebound. UVU starts 2 of 7 from the floor. They shot just 26% last Saturday night against Texas Pan American and still won the game. Brunel, 3-on-2. Keavi dishes to Brunel. The slam dunk was blocked by Ali Ahmed, sophomore from Egypt. But Brunel will shoot 2 on the foul.
Yeah, and this was a good job of getting out in transition offense off of a turnover. Nice job of pushing the ball. You had Mitch push that ball, pass it ahead to Keavi. Zach did a nice job of filling the middle of the paint, sucking the defenders down, and just too many offensive players for defensive players there. You see Zach running down the middle, a nice drive here from Keavi, and then just an unselfish dish off and get the foul on Ahmed, and he's coming out.
6'9" sophomore takes a seat for Coach Rod Barnes' crew. Ahmed had 14 points in the first matchup between these two. Ben Aird battling as the ball goes out of bounds off Bakersfield.
Yeah, Ben doing a good job early on fighting for those offensive rebounds. We see him come up with the board, but they're changing the call. I think you had referee Dwayne Allen come in from the opposite end, opposite side, and confer with the underneath official and change the call.
It's amazing how officials can see better farther away they are sometimes, huh?
Yeah, sometimes when it's up close, when you're too close to the action, it clouds your view.
Can't see the forest for the tall players, huh? Roadrunner basketball. It's 5-4. Utah Valley out in front by 1 here in the early going. Jumper up top. Brunel with the rebound. Hayes Garrity pushing it forward. Hayes in the lane, and a blocking foul is going to get called that time against Brandon Barnes, son of Coach Rod Barnes. Brings us to our first media timeout. 15:39 to play, first half. Utah Valley up by 1.
Hi, my name is Tony. I'm a student with UVU Automotive, and this is my classroom. At UVU, you can graduate with a diploma and a resume.
I hate math. I can't count how many times I've heard people say that. And as a math teacher, I take it personally. So, while working on my master's at UVU, I developed ways to help kids not hate math. Does engaged learning make a difference? You do the math.
UVU up by a single point. Mentioned that Coach Rod Barnes, in his 3rd season at Cal State Bakersfield, it's actually Rod, not Rob, sorry. That's probably my mistake. Has won 200 games as a Division I head coach, over 200. Back in 2012, he picked up 200. He's now at 227 and 235 career record. He's guided the Roadrunners to 30 combined wins as an independent.
One thing I'd like to see tonight from the Wolverines, we know throughout the season they've done a really good job shooting the 3. The last several games they have really struggled from beyond the arc. I'd like to see them as a team tonight as we get going into the conference season. Get them a little bit better on their outside shooting.
Well, Garrity went in for a slam and missed it. Taylor Brown, senior, missed that one. Bakersfield with a rebound.
Yeah, that was a great drive from Hayes. I mean, what aggression. We haven't seen that from him, attempting to dunk the ball on a drive. What a play from him.
Hunsaker trying his best to stay with Tyrell Corbin. Hunsaker going to pick up his first foul and team's first.
We've seen a couple times the possessions for the Roadrunners is it's a lot of spread, a lot of motion on the perimeter. That was one of our keys. They've got to defend the perimeter, and so far the Roadrunners have done a decent job at driving from the perimeter, at least trying to drive and making it difficult and putting a lot of stress on the defense.
There's the foul on Hunsaker. Corbin did hit the second free throw. We're tied at 5. 15:08 to play. Hayes Garrity open for the turnaround jumper. Won't go, but Taylor Brown grabs the rebound, and he was undercut as he came down by Bakersfield's Zach Lamb.
And a nice job of crashing the offensive glass there from Taylor. He used his body. He had the inside position. He didn't go over the back. He did a nice job of using leverage, keeping the defender out.
Nelson over to Ben Aird. That one won't go. That did everything possible except drop through the hoop.
Yeah, and that was very unselfish basketball, just a well-run play against the zone defense.
Corbin jumper outside, good. Bakersfield with their first lead tonight. They've scored 5 straight points. They lead at 7-5.
Yeah, Corbin there did a nice job of taking the ball away from the screen. Holton was expecting him to come off the screen, but he did a nice job of taking it away from it.
Well, don't look now, but UVU 18% shooting. They put up 11 shots and just made 2. One of those was a slam dunk. First turnover against UVU.
And Bakersfield is rotating their defense. We've seen a number of things. We've seen the full court man pressure. We've seen the half court man pressure. We've seen the 2-3 zone. That time the 2-3 zone causes some problems for them, and they turn the ball over. And it looks like UVU's gone to a 2-3 zone defense of their own.
Brendan Evans into the game for UVU. Ben Aird getting a rest inside. Three-point attempt outside, no good from Bakersfield. Evans pulls down the rebound. Zach Nelson, redshirt freshman on the drive. He'll shoot 2. Fouled on his way to the hole by Greg Jones.
Yeah, I like that play from Zach because he could have taken the outside 3, but watch the move. He could have shot that ball, passes it up, makes a quick, decisive move, and a really nice job of planting his right foot, making the move around the defender. And the Wolverines have gone cold. They can't make a basket.
They can't make a free throw. They've missed all 3 free throws. And this is a team, folks, UVU 12th in the nation in free throw shooting. As a team, 12th in the nation. They're 0 for 3 and 2 of 11 from the floor. 0 for 4 from the stripe. Jump ball called. It'll be Cal State University Bakersfield basketball. California State, they like to be called. Too many syllables for me.
It's a lot.
I'm just too old for this. 13:31. Yeah. 7-5.
You said it, I didn't.
Yeah, I know, thanks. You were thinking it. 7-5, UVU down by 2. 13.5 to play, first half.
Yeah, and again, back to the 2-3 zone. Probably made that change to stem the tide of the perimeter driving of the Roadrunners. And as a team on the season, they do shoot 39%, a little over 39% from the 3. So they've got the ability to shoot it. The Wolverines are going to have to get out on all the perimeter shooters.
Nice feed inside for the reverse layup from Zach Lamb. It's a 7-0 run for Bakersfield. They lead it 9-5.
And look at this defense too, Jim. This is a 1-2-2. They're switching a lot of different defenses at the Wolverine offense.
Keave Enos. Currently the second best three-point shooter in the WAC at 46%. Trailing only Bakersfield's Isaiah Grayson's 47%. But he's got 2 tonight, does Keave, for 6 of UVU's 8 points.
And see what this zone does. It makes them a really perimeter-oriented team. They haven't looked to get that ball inside. That's what the zone is trying to do.
Ahmed pulled down the rebound off the miss, and a foul is going to be called against UVU. That one's going to go against Brendan Evans. His first, team's second.
Yeah, pretty good flash there into the middle of the paint from Abdul Ahmed.
Chad Ross into the game for UVU. Now used 9 of their available 10 players, have the Wolverines the first 8 minutes of this game.
Yeah, Wolverines now going back to a man-to-man, so they themselves switching up the defenses a little bit.
Corbin kicks it outside. A little miscommunication that time. Barnes thought his teammate was going up for the shot. Ahmed thought Barnes was going to be there for the pass. Wolverines trailing by 1.
Bus pass, $5. UVU t-shirt so you can impress the ladies, $25. iPod Nano, $120. A degree from UVU so you can afford your own car someday. Priceless. For everything else, there's student loans.
UVU, for those not familiar with Utah Valley University, located in Orem, Utah, about 45 minutes south of downtown Salt Lake City. Dick Hunsaker, 12th season as head coach here. NCAA Division I. Just got off that provisional status a couple years ago. Brand new members of the WAC, Willie the Wolverine. Colors are green and gold. 32,000 students attending UVU this semester here in Orem. Tyrell Corbin, junior from Columbia, South Carolina. I know you want to talk more about him in a second. And now the Wolverines down to the Roadrunners by a point, 9-8. Hunsaker directing traffic. Still 10 seconds to shoot. UVU basketball.
It seemed, Jim, a lot of times this year when teams come in and they play a little bit of extended pressure against the Wolverines, it can cause a little bit of trouble for UVU. Got to recognize here they do have 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
Hunsaker, long three outside, bottom.
That was a nice job of Holton not panicking. He realized the shot, the time, one simple pass, the ball comes right back to him in a deep three. Nice job not panicking and getting the shot that he knew he could.
UVU has hit 4 shots from outside, 3 of them, or 4 shots from the floor, and 3 of those have been 3-pointers. The other was a slam dunk from Ben Aird. Ahmed loses Ben Aird and scores easily.
Yeah, that was a nice move there from Ahmed. Ben got a little bit too much momentum as Ahmed made his move to the paint. We'll see if we've seen a couple times early on in this game where they've double teamed, where they've tried to double in the paint. Let's see if they continue to do that, or that possession they let Ben one-on-one.
Hunsaker in and out on that one. Rebound comes down to Bakersfield. Grayson gives over to Corbin. Up top it goes to Ahmed. Back to Corbin.
Jumper way outside for three. Too hard. Kept alive, but a whistle on that play to keep alive. Going to go against Bakersfield's Ali Ahmed. For Ahmed, that's going to be foul number 2.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. He's likely going to be coming out of the game here, especially on a play where it's a long rebound. He just tried to swipe that ball away, but a good job of Ben boxing out at the free throw line, which is a very difficult thing to do.
As soon as he comes out, Coach Dick Hunsaker counters with Brendan Evans in for Ben Aird. Tied at 11. Almost halfway through this first half. Brendan Evans fouled on the way to the hole by Stephon Johnson, who thought he had all ball. Johnson's first, team's 6th. Bakersfield's been whistled for 6 fouls. UVU whistled for 2.
And there's that slip play again, Jim, where Brendan Evans, we saw it earlier from Ben. Brendan goes out to act like he's setting the screen for Kiavi. The defense commits to it, overextends, and he slips right to the basket, and the pass is delivered on time. And Brendan has been really attacking the rim when he goes in the paint.
Brendan Evans, junior transfer from Modesto Junior College, finally gets a couple of free throws down for UVU. They're 2 of 6 from the stripe, and they lead it by 2. Johnson started to drive, and a foul going to be called on UVU. Well, maybe I said too early that, hey, maybe they'll let them play, because now all of a sudden every possession seems like a foul. Zach Nelson, his first. Barnes gives it to Ahmed.
There comes that double team. That was great defense, because that ball went inside to Ahmed. Zach was reading him the entire way. He let him take 1, 2, maybe 2 quick dribbles, and he came over, and Ahmed panicked and threw that ball away. So great timing on the double team.
The Roadrunners have 2 players with the last name Ahmed. Abdul is in the game. Ali is on the bench. Brendan Evans with it for UVU. Shot blocked. Looked like a clean block by Abdul Ahmed. But the foul is going to be called on said Abdul Ahmed, the redshirt junior from London, England. This is a pretty international team, these Roadrunners. Got players from Barbados, from London, from Egypt. 11 out of 13 players are transfers from other institutions as well.
You'll see Brendan working the ball inside. As you said, not a whole lot of contact there up top. But Brendan knocks down 1 of 2.
3 straight free throws from Brendan Evans. UVU leads it by 3. Johnson working against Bruneo. Can't get it to go, but the follow is there from Grayson.
Now, it's not often you see your point guard all alone inside with a putback off of a missed shot. But that's where Grayson was, and he finishes.
Grayson's got 4 points. Zach Nelson, a pretty good ball handler for a big guy.
Yeah, when the Roadrunners are trying to take that ball out of Holton's hands, when he's bringing it up the court, you got to be able to have that skill.
Brendan Evans with the follow and 1. That one's going to go against Brandon Barnes.
Yeah, we see it time and time again. And what nice dribble drive there from Zach. Even though he didn't get the finish, the 2 defenders came over, and a putback there from Brendan. But if the Roadrunners are going to play that extended pressure defense on the perimeter at all positions, because Zach was being guarded at the 3-point line pretty tightly, that's how you alleviate that pressure. Drive, and good things will happen.
That's 2 fouls on Brandon Barnes, starter. Ali Ahmed, starter, already on the bench with 2. Zach Nelson pulls down another rebound for UVU. That's their 9th. Excuse me, now officially their 10th. UVU 5 of 16 shooting for 31%. Bakersfield 6 of 13.
Going to get a moving screen from Mitch in the paint here.
Foul against Brunel, his first, team's 4th. 8 minutes left, first half, UVU by 4. Again, a very low scoring game. We've seen a lot of these low scoring contests, especially here at home.
Look at this offense from the Roadrunners. No one really looking to post up. A lot of movement from every position around the perimeter, and ends up with a long three-point shot there from Ahmed.
Brendan Evans lost the handle on the way in. Bakersfield comes away with it. And a timeout called by Coach Rod Barnes from CSU-Bakersfield. 17-13, Wolverines by 4 with 7:19 to play. First half. Let's go over to our sideline reporter, Alyssa Sinikowski.
Tonight we honor seniors Holton Hunsaker, Ben Aird, Kiava Enos, and Taylor Brown. Student fans have come out tonight to support their loved seniors, and they brought shirts tonight saying na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. Song from popular movie Remember the Titans. After game festivities will include seniors being accompanied by their parents down here on the court. And then the team will be presented with a WAC trophy for winning the regular season title and have the honor of cutting the net. Back to you, Jeb.
Thank you, Alyssa. Evidently, I'm the only person old enough around here on this production crew to remember that song was around before the movie, okay?
That movie popularized the song, huh?
That song was played at every high school game when I was growing up, Matt.
That's a long time ago too, isn't it? Well, you said it earlier, so I'm just following up to you. That's all that our generation or my generation realizes that song from.
Seriously?
Maybe, I don't know.
Wow. I remember there was no three-point line. I remember you couldn't even dunk the ball legally.
The game's come a long way.
Either that or my memory's just bad. Bakersfield trailing by 4. Garrity with the rebound on the miss. Lead pass, Zach Nelson. Kiava for 3. Kiava 2 of 4 now from three-point land.
Yeah, that was a great look and a great read from Zach because he didn't force it inside.
Grayson with a nice drive, drawing Bakersfield to within 2.
Well, just as I was thinking a few minutes ago and up till now, the Wolverines have done a pretty nice job of keeping him off the score sheet, but that is his 6th point and easiest points of the night for him.
17-15. Hunsaker goes around Maynor, does score. I don't know if they're going to count it.
I think
Devontae Maynor, nope, they will not count the basket. Devontae Maynor fouling Holton Hunsaker.
Yeah, they're going to call the foul right there and wave that off pretty early.
When we get back from this media timeout, Holton Hunsaker might be at the free throw line. They fouled him in the act of shooting? No, obviously not, or wouldn't count. Wolverines by 2.
They say the devil is in the details. And in here, there are a lot of details. Flavor, color, texture, temperature, presentation. It all has to be flawless. Pressure? Maybe. But with engaged learning, I get a lot of practice. And I'll bet your homework never tasted this good.
People talk about life after college, entering the real world. But this is engaged learning. I'm not just reading about it or watching someone else do it. I'm learning by doing. I'm at UVU. I'm in the real world every day.
Holton Hunsaker not going to be at the free throw line. By the way, 2 father-son combinations in this game. Coach Dick Hunsaker, head coach of UVU, his son Holton, starting point guard. Meanwhile, it's Rod Barnes and his son Brandon Barnes, starting guard for Bakersfield. 2 of 20 father-son combos in the NCAA this season. Both seeing their sons wrapping up their regular season anyway of their senior year tonight. Both will have at least one more game in Las Vegas, and then UVU will have at least one more game past that, either in the NIT or further on. All right, he's at the free throw line because it was team's 8th foul.
Yeah, they didn't count the basket, obviously waved that off. Gives them a 1-on-1 situation.
We'll get it straight. I'm still wondering about that song, quite frankly. Holton Hunsaker, 4 points so far tonight. Make it 5. He's the second leading scorer tonight for UVU. Brendan Evans off the bench with 6 points. Keavi Enos also with 6. Just under 6 minutes to play first half. Grayson tried to feed inside, ball batted away. Wolverines come away with it.
Oh, wow.
What was that call?
They're going to call an offensive foul on Ben Aird. But if that's not how you post up, I don't know how you post up. That was an unbelievable call because that was picture perfect of how you post up in transition. Wow, that unfortunate call there because that was not a foul on Ben.
And you, my friend, are not prejudiced at all.
Not at all.
Ben Aird's first foul, team's 5th. Wolverines hanging on to a 4-point lead with 5.5 to play first half. Corbin off the glass. 2-point lead for UVU.
Yeah, again, the penetration of the guards from Bakersfield has given the Wolverines some problems. They're drivers. They haven't shot many outside jumpers tonight, but they're active inside the paint. They're looking to drive and get easy baskets.
Ben Aird dishes off this time to Zach Nelson.
Yeah, again, I love the aggressiveness from the bigs. That, you know, we saw a little bit earlier from Zach, his drive from outside. If Ben is going to be pressured from outside or Zach, they can handle the ball. Drive, cause the defenders to help and look to dish off. And Zach's going to pick up his 2nd foul here.
Redshirt freshman, first Wolverine with 2. Barnes and Ali Ahmed, already with 2 each for Bakersfield, but they've been on the bench a while. Brunel checks in. Zach Nelson will take a seat.
Bakersfield with a smaller lineup, you know, with their guards, they do have 3 small guards in there. That's why Coach Hunsaker brings in Mitch Brunel, playing the power forward position.
Greg Jones misses from point blank. Ben Aird does not miss.
Yeah, again, another really nice job of running right down the middle of the court, posting up, pinning the defender behind you in transition. He had no chance to get around, and Ben with the right-hand finish.
Wolverine shooting has actually improved all the way up to 35%. Jones. That one won't go. Brunel tracks down the loose ball.
Yeah, and a nice job there because 4 out, 1 in motion from Bakersfield, and what that means is that you can't really double team. There's not another big inside the double, and so Ben did a really nice job challenging the shot when he was, you know, there playing one-on-one.
Garrity will take a 3. Bottom.
This is the momentum that we want to see from the Wolverines. Their defense is tightening up, and their offense is coming into some really nice form here, and they've gathered a little bit of momentum. Let's see if they can finish it in the last 3.5 minutes.
High up off the glass, foul on the rebound against Bakersfield. Eric Kinney being called for the foul, his first. Wolverines on a 7-0 run right now. They lead it by 9.
I don't think of myself as just an undergrad. Okay, so I'm a sophomore, but I'm at UVU where it's all about engaged learning. Leading a project on DNA research, I don't have to wait for grad school to get this kind of experience. As a UVU student, I guess you could say engaged learning is in my DNA.
Bus pass, $5. UVU t-shirt so you can impress the ladies, $25. iPod Nano, $120. A degree from UVU so you can afford your own car someday. Priceless. For everything else, there's student loans.
You're looking at Associate Athletic Director DJ Smith retiring after this academic year, honoring him during that last break in the action. DJ's been here for 20-some years, done a phenomenal job as he and Mike Jacobson helped UVSC at the time, I think, or junior college go to climb the ranks.
29 years. I saw him before the game. I said, why not make it one more and even 30? And I think he's done what he needed to do and wants to move on to something else. So good for him. He's meant a ton to what this school has done.
Team foul against Bakersfield puts Mitch Brunel at the free throw line. Missed his first 2 tonight. 8 straight points now for the Wolverines.
Yeah, they've gone on a little bit of a run here. Little over 3 minutes left. Let's see if they can continue to contest every shot that's going up on the offensive end for Bakersfield, because that has really done them some good things here, as Bakersfield 8 of 20 from the field, 0 of 2 from the three-point line. And they've only attempted 2 free throws as well.
It's been 2.5 minutes since Bakersfield has scored anything. Under 3 to play, 8 seconds to shoot. Corbin slashed in, dished off, shot no good from Ahmed. Ali back into the game. Ali Ahmed. Out there with 2 fouls, as is Barnes out there with 2 fouls. And a whistle.
That's going to be 3 on Ahmed.
Ahmed, or is it Grayson outside?
That's
Ali
on
Ahmed. Wow. Well, you sort of wish they wouldn't call it this tight.
Yeah.
On either side.
I mean, you'll see, watch Ben with the pass out and then the repost, but you see Ahmed reaching his hands in there, and even if there wasn't a foul, I mean, yeah, that's kind of a ticky-tack foul, but not to the official in real time. He sees that you're on the back, you're reaching around, he deflected the ball, and you know, credit the Wolverines for pounding it inside, knowing that he's got those fouls. But that's just, if you're Ahmed, that's just a silly play that you cannot commit.
3rd personal, 11th team foul. 10 straight points for the Wolverines now. Wolverines clinch the regular season championship. Sole possession of first place at the end of the regular season if they win here tonight. If they lose, they share the title for the regular season with New Mexico State. And because UVU has the tiebreaker, they've already clinched the #1 seed and the automatic NIT berth. Corbin drives in, hits Keavi in the mouth on the way up. Keavi's going to get called for the foul. Wow, put his mouth in the wrong spot.
Yeah, he took that one hard on the chin, and that was, I believe, the shoulder from Corbin. But you know, watch the crossover move here. You see Keavi.
Do not put your face in the way of an elbow.
Yeah, and that's, you know, and that's what you see a lot of times from, I think there may be, Is there blood? Yeah, there's going to be blood. I don't know what they're reviewing. Man, this is probably the 5th game in a row that we have had an official review of some type during the game. They may be reviewing that to see if there was, I don't know, some type of intent there, but as we see the replay again,
oh, that's not intentional.
That's nothing. I mean, they don't need to be looking at that. That's obviously
I mean, it's certainly a foul against GoUVU,
it's a foul,
but it's not
yes.
intentional on
no, not at all.
On Bakersfield's part.
You see this a lot from offensive players, because when you get into the paint and when you see that the defender's there, that's a play that's, I don't know about taught, but it's so common because of the fact that the offensive players know that the defenders are retreating, and they're trying to create and initiate the contact because they have the advantage with the officials, because they're the one that have the right to get to the basket. And if there's any way that they can create or initiate contact, they're going to do it. And that's a perfect example of that. What I was going to mention about Tyrell Corbin, who's at the free throw line, Jim, he's a local guy. He was a 2011 graduate of West High School in Salt Lake City, and he was named Mr. Basketball by the Deseret News here in 2011, and his father is of NBA fame. He's the head coach of the Utah Jazz. So,
is Dad here tonight, or the Jazz on the road?
They're playing in New York City at the moment. Well, it may be over now, but they were playing in New York against the Knicks.
Well, maybe Dad's tuned in online tonight. If so, your son's got 7 points, Coach. Turnover, and then a silly reach-in foul on Corbin, who lost the handle, and I think a little frustrated, just trying to get it back. 1:44 to play first half. Wolverines by 10. They've led by as many as 12. Bakersfield has led in this game by as many as 4, back when it was 9-5.
Yeah, I think the offense has come around a little bit in the last few minutes, and the Wolverines are getting some easy opportunities going to the free throw line, but their defense has really impressed me in the last few minutes because it hasn't been easy. They've tightened up the dribble penetrations that the guards have had. They've done a spectacular job of challenging shots inside, and they're not giving or allowing any offensive rebounds. Bakersfield has 2 offensive rebounds at this point, so they're shutting them down on the initial set, and then they're getting the rebound and not allowing any additional chances.
Hunsaker takes a seat after making both free throws. He's got 7 points. UVU from the stripe, 11 of 17. Bakersfield, 3 of 4. Ball on the floor, picked up by Ben Aird of UVU.
Perfect example right there. Corbin with the drive. Nice job, Ben Aird coming over, cutting it off, and they get the turnover.
Senior Taylor Brown lost the handle on that drive. Turnover, Wolverines. Grayson, long 2. 10-point lead for UVU now.
And Grayson halfway to his season average. He averages 16 points on the year, so no other player for Bakersfield averages double figures. So they're a well-balanced team below Grayson, but he's their guy. He's their leading scorer. He's the man they go to on offense.
Brunel, jumper outside. Long 2. 33-21. Wolverines match their biggest lead of the game at 12. Bakersfield looks like they'll go for the last shot. Trailing by 12. Grayson drives in, shot blocked by Ben Aird. Wolverines got 3 seconds to work with. Ben will take a long 3 at the buzzer. Oh my goodness, does the tip count or not? No, they're waving it off. That will not count.
Ben running the point there.
The 6'10" point guard putting up the shot from outside.
Okay, the officials now say they're going to go look at that just to double check. Yeah. So, tell you what. Let's stay here before we take our break just to see whether or not they're going to count that last shot.
Yeah,
was it Taylor Brown?
Yeah, that was Mitch Brunel, and that ball hit Mitch's hands just as that red light went off. So
you don't think
it's not going to be counting? No, they waved it off. That was the correct call. Close, but that ball came down into Mitch's hands right as the red light and halftime started.
Well, we've semi-reached halftime, and it doesn't matter. The referees have their own 2 cameras for replays. So the basket is absolutely no good. Is that what he just came over and told you?
Yeah, he said the 2-point basket was good on the first look and absolutely no good on the second look there.
All right, halftime officially now. 33-21. Wolverines out in front by 12. Halftime show coming up.
Bus pass, $5. UVU t-shirt so you can impress the ladies, $25. iPod Nano, $120. A degree from UVU so you can afford your own car someday. Priceless. For everything else, there's student loans.
Back at the UCCU Center, Jim McCullough, Matt Peterson, UVU leading at halftime, 33-21. This is the 10th meeting between these two teams, and UVU this season has only lost 1 game when they have trailed at halftime. Hey, I'm joined by none other than my good friend Roger Woolstenhume. Did I get that right? I can never say your last name.
You were perfect, Jim.
Really?
Yep.
Do not ask me to say that again.
Okay.
You probably have to spell your last name as often as I have to spell my last name, don't you?
Every day, many times.
Roger is the director of the Wolverine Club here on campus and has a reputation of being the nicest guy on campus. So I'm going to do my best to mess up one of those 2 things tonight. All right, tell us about the Wolverine Club. What's going on?
You know, Jim, there's so much excitement. I've been involved on campus here as a volunteer for 12 years now. And I've been president of the Wolverine Club board for the last 9 years. And it's just exciting. This conference affiliation has really brought out significant energy, not only in the fans, but also in the student athletes.
And the conference affiliation brings for the first time an automatic qualifier for the conference tournament champion. And you guys got big plans down in Vegas?
We have great plans. This is a dream come true for this program. You know, we were the only school in NCAA history to make the jump straight from junior college to Division I.
And that was about, 7 years ago, if I remember? 8 years ago?
It was 8 years ago, or maybe even 1 year past that. We spent several years in provisional status with the NCAA, and then we're able to become a member of the Great West Conference, and of course this year, a member of the WAC, which takes us to next week in Las Vegas, where we'll have an opportunity to compete for an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. So next week we have lots of our fans going down, staying at the Orleans. We have dinners planned. We have a large block of seats. So it's going to be very exciting for the fans that choose to go down to Las Vegas to support the Wolverines.
Still got ticket packages available?
There are tickets available, even at a discounted price. So you can contact the ticket office here at UVU, and they'll hook you up with seats.
All right, Roger, we will see you in Las Vegas. Thanks for taking the time to drop by.
Thanks, Jim. It's a great time to be a Wolverine.
It is certainly a great time to be a Wolverine, as the Wolverines have already clinched the regular season top seed and the regular season co-championship, and 12 points leading at halftime. Back with your second half coming up next here on UVU TV.
I'm Patty Garcia, a geology student at UVU, and this is Engaged Learning. At UVU, I'm learning by doing.
Welcome to Utah Valley University, home to an educational philosophy that engages its students in hands-on, practical education. I invite you to learn more about one of Utah's largest, fastest growing, and most dynamic universities.
Welcome back to halftime here at the UCCU Center. Don't adjust your sets. Those are not the UVU cheerleaders. Who are those?
Jeans
Lovely
Golden
young
Girls.
ladies, Matt.
They're named the Jeans Golden Girls.
Really?
Yes. Yep. And this is the best part right here at center court.
Careful, fans might storm. Wow. Okay. Now we're getting into PG territory. How about those stats, Matt?
It's hard to regain your focus, isn't it, Jim?
You never know who Willie the Wolverine is inside that mask, but evidently, congratulations, Willie. What does the Fox say? 33-21, Wolverines with the lead by 12 at halftime. Wolverines shoot 37.5% in that first half. Bakersfield ends up shooting 39%. 8 points difference from the free throw line in favor of UVU, and they lead by 12, Matt. Anything jump out at you?
Yeah, a couple things. The Roadrunners have 14 of their 21 points in the paint, so they've only shot 2 threes, and they haven't made one yet. So it's an interior game, and a lot of that, as we mentioned during the first half, is from their guards. Bakersfield only shot 4 free throws in the first half also, compared to 17 for the Wolverines. So UVU is being a lot more aggressive as we take a look at a lot of these replays. But one thing that I hear Coach Barnes talking about is he's always yelling, move the ball, move the ball, move the ball. Bakersfield only had 1 assist in the first half. Granted, they had 9 made baskets, but they only had 1 assist in that first half. So you compare that with the Wolverines' 7 assists on 9 field goals. So a lot of what you'll see in these highlights, a lot of really good individual plays, but you'll see a lot of good teamwork as well, being unselfish, dishing the ball to the open teammate, and it's been good to see from the Wolverines how unselfish they have been.
Wolverines out-rebounded Bakersfield 18-13 in that first half. Nobody in double figures in that first half. And by the way, this has been the most bizarre halftime show I've ever seen.
Now we got the kids.
If we take a wide shot again, I think these are the grandchildren, or maybe great-grandchildren of what does the Fox say? I don't know.
Jean Golden Girls, yeah.
They're everywhere. Pretty impressive. All right, leading scorer for UVU, Holton Unseger with 7 points. GoUVU with 6, Ben Aird with 5, Mitch Brunel 4. and Zach Nelson with 2. Coming off the bench, Hayes Garrity 3. Oh, Brendan Evans did have 6 points. Don't want to leave Brendan out of that mix. That's how the Wolverines got their 33. Isaiah Grayson with 8 points, leading the scoring attack for Bakersfield. Tyrell Corbin with 7. Ali Ahmed with 4. But foul trouble, boy, oh boy, for Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Stephon Johnson, or excuse me, Ali Ahmed with 3. Then 2 for Brandon Barnes. Just one player with 2 for UVU, and that's Zach Nelson.
And you know what you're going to get from the Wolverines coming out of the half is you're going to get that ball going inside. Because if they can get Ali Ahmed with another foul quick into, early on into the second half, that's going to bode well for Ben inside. So look for the Wolverines early on to get that ball going inside, trying to get that 4th foul drawn.
Again, we've said it enough times to make people pretty nauseous about it, but if UVU wins, they are the undisputed champs in the WAC this season. They don't have to share it. If they lose, they will share the WAC regular season title with New Mexico State. Either way, UVU has already clinched the #1 seed for next week. Bakersfield is playing for seed 5, 6, 7, or 8. If they win, they have a chance for 5. If they lose, then they're definitely going to be 6, 7, or 8. So it's a possibility, Matt, that these two teams play next Thursday in Las Vegas in that first round.
Yeah, I think the scenarios are wide open, right? I mean, there is still a lot at stake. We've got 20 minutes of basketball left, but there is still a lot at stake for both of these teams. Wolverines know what they have to do. Bakersfield is fighting for seeding, and it is very possible that they could play again. So you don't want to have any type of a letdown to give one team an edge over the other going into the tournament.
Right now, it looks like UVU will play either Bakersfield, Seattle, or Texas Pan American, one of those 3 in the first round. We'll know exactly who everybody's going to play about 9:30 our time tomorrow night. Time for our final break and halftime. Wolverines leading Bakersfield 33-21. Back after these messages here on UVU TV.
I felt that the MBA offered me the most in terms of what I could do with it once I graduated. It's international recognition. I could go to Europe, Asia, South America, and people recognize the name MBA. It means that the person that holds that degree has a certain level of understanding of business management concepts and practices, that they can understand what it means to follow best practices in accounting or marketing or sales. And I wanted to have that associated with my name.
Well, the goals that I achieved by enrolling in UVU's MBA program were primarily to gain a CPA so I could do more for customers in terms of going beyond bookkeeping. I also just wanted to make a change in life.
My main reason of why I ended up pursuing it was because of marketability. I wanted to be marketable in case I wanted to say I want to do something different down the line. And getting the MBA opens up those doors if you want to take that change in your career path.
By 12 at halftime. Let's take another look at Matt Peterson's keys to UVU victory. Matt, I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, I think the first, defending the perimeter, I think they did a good job of that the last 8 to 10 minutes or so. But you have Isaiah Grayson with 8 points and Tyrell Corbin with 7 points, who are their perimeter players. I mean, that's 15 of 21 points for Bakersfield. So that is trending upward as far as how well they're doing on that. Handle Bakersfield's athleticism. I think Bakersfield, where they've really challenged the Wolverines with that athleticism, is on defense, and they've really tried to pressure them out of their comfort zone on offense. But I think that they've done a really nice job driving and being aggressive against that athleticism, and then overcome the senior night and conference championship jitters. I think the honest feeling that I have about it is you're probably worried about it when you're getting ready to start the game or in preparations coming up to it, but honestly, as soon as that ball is tipped, you're not thinking about that. You're in the moment of a basketball game. You're competing. You don't have time to think about that. So I think maybe early on there was some of that, but when you get into that mode of playing basketball, that stuff that's outside goes outside the window.
Well, the 4 seniors for UVU combined in that first half to go 5 out of 16 from the floor. Taylor Brown, who doesn't get a whole lot of minutes after he ripped the ligaments in that ankle. He's just struggled all season. Did play 5 minutes in that first half. Taylor Brown averaging just 5.5 minutes per game. So Coach Dick Hunsaker trying to get Taylor out there as much as possible for his final game here at the UCCU Center. About ready to start our second half. UVU up on top by 12.
Again, I think what you're going to see early on here is that ball trying to go inside. And key for Ben, be patient, take his time, do what he does inside, and don't force anything, because you're going to have opportunities for kickouts, because you have to believe that Bakersfield's going to be aware of that, and Ali Ahmed's going to be aware of that too.
Wolverines 20 minutes away from locking down their first ever WAC title. Their first year in the WAC. They would love nothing better than to not have to share this thing. Same play at the start of the first half for UVU. Start the second half. Same thing with Bakersfield. Ahmed out there with 3. Barnes out there with 2 fouls. For UVU, Nelson's out there with 2.
Yeah, and Coach Barnes right in front of us, switching the defense on the inbounds pass to start the half. They were in man-to-man. They made a quick switch to a 2-3 zone.
10 seconds to shoot. Ben Aird inside.
There you go. Great screen there from Mitch Vanille. Sealed off Ahmed, and Ahmed's going to be playing tentative because of the foul situation. So, and you're going to get a moving screen here on Brandon Barnes. Chiavianis hit the floor.
And for Barnes, that's foul number 3. So now Barnes and Ahmed out there with 3 each. And Barnes averaging just about 10 points a game. Ahmed averaging just under 9. So I'm sure the Roadrunners can afford to lose either one of those guys if they have any hope of getting back in this thing. Slapped away, UVU basketball. This 14-point lead is the biggest for UVU tonight. Make it 16.
Yeah, really nice job from Ben, filling space. Again, Ali Ahmed inside. Has to be tentative, so good job of Ben being aggressive and knocking down a tough shot with a lot of contact.
Grayson for 3.
Yeah, if you can make a couple of passes out of a double team. Ali Ahmed got that ball inside. Ben was guarding him one-on-one. Zach came over for the double. The ball was perfectly reversed, and then one additional pass. It's impossible for the defense to fully recover, and that led to that open 3.
Lob inside. It's kind of an easy steal for Ali Ahmed. 3-pointer outside. Maynor. Javante Maynor. Coach Dick Hunsaker up quickly off the bench. Not pleased at all.
Yeah, I don't think he's
with his 5.
I don't think he's real pleased with Zach for throwing that ball, because it looked like it was a designed lob play. But that's a play, if you're not 100% sure you can complete it, you have to keep and eat that ball.
Let's go to our sideline reporter once again, Alyssa.
The student section is buzzing tonight in anticipation of this win and heading down to Vegas next week for the WAC tournament. UVU is set to play at Thursday, the 13th at noon in the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, and they will be playing either Bakersfield, University of Texas Pan America, or Seattle U, depending on games that are to be played tomorrow. Tonight's game, the Mall has come out and they have been supporting their team with giant heads because they are trying to emulate the other major universities. Back to you, Jeb.
Thank you, Alyssa. (37-27), UVU by 10. Is she saying that other universities have big heads?
I think so.
Okay, I just wanted to get that clear.
I don't know what brought on the trend of the heads tonight. We've got Kermit the Frog, you've got President Matt Holland. You've got Coach Hunsaker, Iron Man, Justin Timberlake.
Well, a couple of those, yeah, you got big-headed guys.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I better shut up because I. Never mind. 37-27. This will be my last broadcast for UVU.
That's what I was gonna. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'll listen in to you guys down in Las Vegas. I meant Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Yeah, sure. Saw Jimmy Fallon over there. Yeah, all sorts of people.
Really?
Comes that full court pressure. This is kind of a token pressure. They get the ball in and back on defense they go. A nice quick run here from Bakersfield. 2 quick threes to give them a little bit of momentum and see how the Wolverines respond.
Yeah, well, it was a 16-point lead. Suddenly just 10. Maynard doing his best to keep the ball away from Mitch Brunel.
It's amazing, too, what a quick three or a couple quick baskets can do for your defense, because 8 seconds left on the shot clock here. Roadrunners with a lot of energy.
Brunel for 3. That won't go. Johnson with a rebound, or Grayson with a rebound, rather, for Bakersfield. 3 back the other way, and the Wolverines battling each other, lost it out of bounds. Bakersfield basketball.
In the first half, we only saw 2 3-point attempts from Bakersfield. Not even 3 minutes in, and they've got 3 quick attempts, 2 makes. Seem to be open to shooting the long ball a little bit more.
3 minutes gone here in the second half. Wolverines by 10. Barnes with the drive, tries to dish off. Ben Aird tries to come up with the steal. Ball on the floor. Tied up. Possession arrow Bakersfield.
Good hustle there from both teams. Pretty good job of Mitch Brunel there, chasing Barnes around the screen and doing a nice job of leveling off as he drive baseline. Barnes had nowhere to go with that ball, and Wolverines just don't come up with it. 5 seconds on the shot clock now for Bakersfield.
Long 2. Jones with the rebound and the putback.
Again, Jim, it's so amazing what Coach Hunsaker used to always talk about, you never know what one play in a game can spring you and can give you a little bit of energy and a little bit of momentum. It seems like that first 3 that they knocked down, and they knocked down another one. They get some misses from the Wolverines, some turnovers, another basket, and they've got all the energy in the world.
Hunsaker misses from the corner. Bakersfield on the run. Maynard working against Enos. Draws some contact. He does score. I don't know if they're going to give him that shot or not. Keavi Enos picks up the foul.
You know, in all fairness here, this
Shot will not count.
This should be a made basket, because to me, Keavi gets called for the bump. He takes one more step, doesn't take another dribble, and that ball goes down. And that should have been a backcourt. He leapt from the front court into the backcourt.
You and the officials just not getting along tonight.
Not getting along.
Johnson used every inch of the rim to miss that shot.
I remember these officials from games when I played, so here's my chance.
Oh, no. Oh, I might as well just turn my mic off and let Matt go at it now. And a whistle against the Roadrunners. Isaiah Grayson, his first. Media timeout. Wolverines leading by just 8.
To the young ones, the small ones, the ones they had planned on leaving in their shadow. I know your determination, your heart, the need you have to prove something, the sweat, the miles, the hours that stretch into days and nights and years. I know because I've been there. And now And this is where you belong. Join us. We're waiting for you. And so are they.
But a pretty good basketball game going on right now with 15:47 to play. Wolverines' lead of 16 has been whittled down to 8. Wolverines have their starting 5 on the floor. Johnson, Maynard, Grayson, and Barnes out there. They started the game. Ahmed's on the bench with 3 fouls. He's replaced by Jones in the lineup for Bakersfield. UVU basketball. In that last foul on Grayson, his first. Wolverines perimeter stuff. Ben Aird had the pass go sailing over his head. That's because he was pushed from behind by Greg Jones.
Yeah, Ben doing a nice job working inside. That ball went to the corner to Holton. Holton was looking to dump it in. Gets reversed around the perimeter, so Ben's doing a good job working inside, and his teammates are trying to get the ball into him.
Keavi Enos slicing and dicing. Brunel goes up, has it taken away from him. Bakersfield basketball. Johnson coming away with it. Grayson for 3. It's an 11-0 run right now for Bakersfield. It was 37-21. It's now 37-32.
And they're doing it from deep. I mentioned at halftime that it was all about shots inside the paint. Second half, it's been all about shots from beyond the three-point line. And a mix-up in transition defense as Grayson had all the time in the world and all the space that he needed, walked right into that 3.
UVU has gone over 4 minutes without scoring a point. Keavi misses. Bakersfield on the run. 2-on-2. Barnes lost the handle. They'll slow it down. Suddenly the crowd that was almost out of this thing, UVU was up by 16, is looking at the scoreboard saying, what is the deal? It's a 5-point game. That time Jones thought Barnes was going to take the jumper. Barnes thought Jones was going to be open for the pass.
Yeah, and that was pretty dang good defense from Ben because he was switched out onto Grayson on the perimeter. He didn't allow a shot, forced the pass, and Wolverines come away with the turnover.
Zach Nelson draws the charge from Bakersfield. For Bakersfield, that's going to be the foul on Brandon Barnes, his 4th.
And I think what UVU's struggling a little bit offensively is we see the replay. Look how much space Zach has right there in the middle. Bakersfield is changing and doing a lot of different defenses, and I think the Wolverines are doing a good job of adjusting to it. You just haven't been able to run their offensive sets, but a play like that is good because Zach gets that ball in space and has a lot of options. He can look to pass, look to drive, look to shoot. Made the right read there.
It's the first point for a Wolverine player in 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Seven-point lead for UVU with just under 14 minutes left.
And you get the substitution from Bakersfield. Tyrell Corbin coming back into the game here, so another threat on the perimeter. They have him, Maynard, and Grayson all outside.
Grayson just lightning fast. Keavi trying to stay with him, can't do it. Picks up his 3rd personal foul. First Wolverine with 3.
And it's going to be critical for him not to pick up another foul. You're going to get Hayes Garrity coming in, likely subbing for Keavi. But Keavi's an underrated perimeter defender in my mind. And we know his 3-point shooting ability, and he competes on defense on the perimeter, which is what you can ask for, and he's a really good defender.
Replaced in the lineup by Hayes Garrity. Grayson for 3. Johnson missed the slam, but got the follow. Tough play inside. by Stephon Johnson, who's got his first 2 points of the night.
So here comes another switch of the defense. They've gone 2-3. They've gone 1-2-2 now. Nice cross-court pass from Ben.
Garrity misses the three from outside. Bakersfield with a rebound. Johnson driving again. Ben Air with the rebound this time. Five-point Wolverine lead. Brunel. Grayson, or excuse me, Maynard off the glass. Officials going to look at each other and decide whether that counts or not. Yeah, it will count. And that's going to be foul against Garrity.
Yeah, you get the turnover. Bakersfield, that is, they get the turnover, they get out and running, they have the advantage. Wolverines just not able to set their transition defense, and this is a completely different Bakersfield team than what we saw in the first half. Well, Wolverines were the better team in the first half. Bakersfield been the better team so far here in the second half. They've just played with a lot more energy, a lot more emotion, and it started from their guard play. Their bigs haven't really had much of an effect on the game, and again, just a play like that offensive rebound off of a missed free throw, giving yourself a second opportunity.
Utah Valley's been outscored here in the second half, 15-6. Ahmed, easy.
Yeah, and see, this is where Ahmed's probably thinking, hey, I have the advantage because Ben goes out of the game. And Ahmed is inside thinking, I've got size, I've got ability, and that was a nice dish off there. So
that's a 17-5 run for Bakersfield right now. Just a 1-point lead for UVU. It's led by 16 points at the 19-minute mark. And Bakersfield can take their first lead since it was 9-8. A lot of contact. Garrity. Wow. I don't know if they're going to count that or not, but that was a spectacular drive from Hayes Garrity. The foul's going to be against Maynard. That'll be his second. Not counting the shot. Foul against Maynard. Don't go away. 1-point game.
I had an idea. Lots of people have ideas. But engaged learning helped me develop my idea and make it real. And now with sales over $1 million, best assignment ever.
See the replay here. Hayes Garrity getting that ball. Looked like a lot of contact right there. Nice job of gathering himself, and I think this is where they call the foul. Well, I don't know where they blew the whistle. We obviously don't have the replay, but if the contact from the defensive player is any indication of when the foul was called, that should have been a continuation and a made basket and an and one there from Hayes, but they waved it off. I think it was referee Dwayne Allen that called the foul somewhere around the free throw line, but looked like the contact happened well inside of there.
Wolverines just 22% shooting here in the second half. They started very cold in the first half. Took them forever to warm up before they went on a little 10-0 run. Jump out by 12. But here in the second half, 11 straight points by Bakersfield at one point. Now another 6-0 spurt has drawn Bakersfield to within one. Still 11.5 minutes left. Last regular season game for these two. Maynard almost coming up with a steal on the inbounds pass. Trying to work it into Ben Aird. Foul going to be against Bakersfield. That one's going to go against Eric Kinney. Second foul on Kinney. 6th team foul this half. UVU's been whistled for 3.
Yeah, a lot of times when the Wolverines struggle and they need a basket, that's exactly where they're going. They're going inside to Ben.
Hunsaker misses on the inbounds play. Bakersfield. Grayson for 3. Oh my goodness, what is going on? UVU down by 2. It was a 16-point lead 8 minutes ago. (20-2) run. UVU just 2 of 11 shooting this half. Bakersfield, wow, they're just hot as they can be. Ahmed.
Nice defense there from Zach, not allowing Ahmed to back him down, forcing the mid-range hook shot there. Nice job crashing the glass. So they're going to work this ball around. This is going to be one-on-one with Ben and Ahmed.
Ben's shot blocked up top. No call. Bakersfield on the run. Grayson missed it. Ahmed, jump ball is the call. He can't believe it wasn't a foul. Possession arrow, Utah Valley.
Yeah, Wolverines catch a break there because Grayson had a point-blank layup and just short-armed it, came up short, and then they get the offensive rebound. Here you go, wide open layup, just misses it, and then nice job of Ben getting his hand on the ball, giving the official the chance to call the jump ball. So, you know, this is a critical possession offensively for UVU because they have been stalled, and the defense of Bakersfield has caused them a lot of problems, and they need a basket on this possession.
Kayavi misses from outside. Zach Nelson fighting for the rebound, but stepped on the baseline. Nothing going right for UVU right now. They've got 2 free throws since the 19-minute mark in this game. Coming up on 10 minutes without a basket from the floor.
Still a lot of time left. Stay true to your defensive principles here. That's carried them through a lot of games. Just last Saturday was a perfect example of that. So stick to their game plan and don't panic.
Kinney on the drive. Ahmed with the rebound. And a whistle against Zach Nelson of UVU.
Kinney with an overreaction. He's playing way too emotional. He blocked a shot on the other end and was spitting out words at the UVU bench here. Just an over-emotional play here. He's in the game. You see Ben with the foul there. Nothing intentional there. Just
well, they called it on Zach Nelson first.
Oh, okay. So they called it on Zach beforehand. So
Ben fouled him after.
Ben
Zach
fouled
did.
him after, and he was upset with that. So
third foul against Zach Nelson. So now Kayavi Enos and Zach Nelson, 2 UVU starters with 3 each. Ahmed, left-handed runner. UVU down by 4. This is the biggest lead Bakersfield has had. It matches the 9-5 lead they had in the first half. Just under 9 minutes to play. UVU turns it over again. Grayson puts it in the hands of Lamb and says, let's slow it up.
Going to get a pick on the ball here. Lamb's looking to come off this hard, maybe dish to Ahmed inside, but here comes Grayson off a screen. Nice defense there from Kayavi.
On the drive, Ahmed with the follow.
You know, and that's caused because what you have is, you know, again, perimeter driving, perimeter offense, and you're going to get a timeout from Coach Hunsaker here, but it's caused because they have space on the perimeter. You get Tyrell Corbin with a lot of room. We saw him drive a little bit earlier in the game and try and get the foul drawn on Chiava-Enos, but when he's driving, he beats his man. In that case, it was Hayes. You had to have Ben come over and help try and put pressure on the shot, and that leaves the weak side rebound wide open, and that's exactly where Ahmed was for the follow-up.
UVU has put up 13 shots here in the second half, and they've only made 2. Meanwhile, Bakersfield has put up 22 shots in the second half and made 10. Right now, it's a 24-2 run for Bakersfield. If you joined us late, UVU led at halftime 33-21. It doesn't take a accounting genius to figure out that Bakersfield has outscored UVU 24-6 here in the second half. 11 minutes, 44 seconds deep. Well, it's been all Bakersfield in the second half. UVU really got to get their act together here on senior night. The last night at home for 4 Wolverines.
And you know what it was? It was those 2 threes that sparked him. You know, they hit those 2 threes.
Chiava can't get it down. He's 2 of 7 from three-point land. Chiava on the season, 46% three-point shooter. Well, maybe there's something to that senior night jitters we talked about in the pregame show. Ball on the floor. Bakersfield controls. Floater. Barely drew iron. Chiava-Enos comes away with it. Hunsaker takes it in. Scoop shot won't go. The follow is there from Hayes Garrett.
Yeah, nice job of pushing the action, forcing the action there from Holton, trying to draw a foul. He didn't get it, but Hayes active, aware, following up. Same can be said for UVU. You never know what play could spring them. Maybe that's the play that gets them out and running, because relieving a lot of pressure now for UVU getting that basket.
First basket in almost 12 minutes of action.
That's incredible.
It is incredible. Wolverines down by 4. Just under 7 minutes to play. And I think there's some folks in New Mexico and Las Cruces pretty excited about this score right now, but Holton Hunsaker gets his shot blocked. Bakersfield coming away with it. That time, Zach Lamb, 6'3", redshirt senior, got back there to block that one, and Holton just barking at the officials about the lack of no call.
Yeah, it looked like Holton probably didn't expect Lamb to be chasing him down, because it looked like he almost slowed up trying to gather himself in for the layup. Didn't see if there was any type of contact, but great defensive effort from Lamb.
Grayson, jumper outside, won't go. Ahmed with the rebound, tried to put it back, and fouled by Ben Ayer. That's going to be foul number 2 on Big Ben.
And Bakersfield is just killing the Wolverines inside. They're coming up with every loose ball, every offensive rebound in the paint is going their way.
Wolverines down by 4 with 6:09 to play.
I'm Joe Luce, an anthropology student at UVU, and this is my classroom. At UVU, I'm sharpening my mind and my skills.
California State University Bakersfield in Bakersfield, California. Rod Barnes, head coach. The Roadrunners, they've been in the WAC a couple years. Blue and gold, their colors. Right now they lead Utah Valley by 4 points with 6:09 to play. UVU shooting a paltry 17% in the second half. UVU's put up 17 shots and made 3.
And you know what's probably even more telling is the free throw attempts. You know, they had 17 free throw attempts in the first half.
Did the Wolverines.
Yeah, did the Wolverines, and they've only got to the line 2 times here in the second half, so a complete flip from what they had in the first half. You know, maybe they're not as aggressive on offense, but you know, Bakersfield, that's been the story of the second half to me, is their defense and just the effect that it's had on UVU, because the Wolverines have just gone cold from the field.
Ali Ahmed at the free throw line, 64% free throw shooter on the season.
And again, Wolverines have given up 11 offensive rebounds, and that's led to 12 second chance points. And you can consider that, you know, the last rebound that Ahmed just got here, and you know, free throws here adding to that, so giving them 13 second chance points. But the Wolverines have to have team effort rebounding, and you know, Ben is the guy inside that leads that, but they've got to have effort from everybody.
5-point game. Garrity lost the handle. Ball still loose. Ben Aird with it.
Yeah.
First player in double figures in 2 games for the Wolverines. They didn't have anybody in double figures Saturday at home against Pan Am. That time, Bakersfield lost the handle, nearly turned it over, but it will still be Roadrunner basketball.
Yeah, I think a lot of what the action for the offense of Bakersfield is going to be is the ball in number 12's hands. You could see the ball a little bit in Mainer's hands if Corbin gets back in the game. The ball will be in his hands, but there's going to be some picks on the ball trying to isolate Grayson, giving him space, giving him opportunity to work.
Ahmed out there with 3 fouls. Goes around Ben Aird, but Ben had to foul him. Slipped down for Ben Aird, foul number 3. Now you got 3 Wolverines out there with 3 fouls each.
Yeah, and Ben there's going to be a review here, I'm sure. The officials are conferencing. I know what Coach Barnes is yelling, and it looks like they're yelling. Coach Barnes was yelling that he thought it was an intentional foul from Ben, because I think Ben got a little off balance. Ahmed made his move, and I was blocked out by an official, but that's what their coaching staff jumped up and yelled, as if it was just an intentional foul. He didn't make any play on the ball. He grabbed Ahmed and tried to foul him that way. So I think they're conferencing. They're going to likely go and look at it.
Yep, they are.
I don't know how. I guess the rule is that you can review it and look to see if it was an intentional foul, but I don't think that was serious enough to warrant it being an intentional foul.
Wolverines are down by 3 with 5 minutes, 19 seconds to play. If you joined us late, Wolverines in the first half looked like they were just going to run away with it. They were up by as many as 12, led at halftime by 12, 33-21. Scored the first 4 points out of the second half to lead 37-21. Then over the next 12 minutes.
Here's the replay, Jim. Sorry to cut you off there, but you see Ben kind of fading away. I don't know. They yelled intentional. I have no idea what they were yelling intentional foul there for. Ben was just off balance and looked like he turned over his left knee. I don't think there was any intention there whatsoever. Yeah. Ben was just off balance a little bit.
Coach Rod Barnes sheepishly saying, well, it sure looked intentional to me.
He's working the officials. He's trying to get every call he can.
Ali Ahmed. He's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He's got 12 points. Grayson with 17, Ahmed with 12. Next closest Roadrunner is Maynor with 5. Ben Aird pulls down his 8th rebound to go along with his 11 points. Wolverines down by 4, coming up on the 5-minute mark left. Mitch Brunel in traffic and one.
What a play there. The initial action didn't work. They tried to get Holton, the shot coming off the 3. They reversed the ball. That ball gets inside to Ben. Watch this unselfish pass, and then watch Mitch swing through, take a dribble, really low to the ground, kept his eye on the defender as he was coming over, knew he was going to get fouled, squared his shoulders. What a play from Mitch. All set up from the pass from Ben.
Fourth foul on Ali Ahmed. Brunel with 7 points pulls the Wolverines of Utah Valley to within 1.
Here comes that pick on the ball. Going to get a pick here from Ahmed. Holden's going to be trying to fight over it or go under it.
Grayson working against Hunsaker. He's over to Johnson. To Ali Ahmed. Drives in. Ben Aird with a block and a rebound.
Good recovery for Ben. He gambled on the initial. He went for the steal. Ahmed looked like he had an easy layup, but terrific recovery there from Ben and blocks it from behind.
Especially playing with 3 fouls.
Yep.
Ben Aird. Utah Valley gets back out in front with a basket here. Ben Aird misses the scoop. Bakersfield with the rebound. 4:10 to play. Grayson bumps into Zach Nelson. Nelson grabs his head to say, doggone it. Didn't mean to commit the 4th foul, but I did.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a more difficult play to defend than a pick on the ball in transition. Grayson had that ball. He's running not quite full speed, but he's running as fast as he can. And there's that screen at the top of the ball. There's no choice but to switch, and Zach has to switch off, and Grayson reads that and draws the contact. But Wolverines need to have, Holton looked a little bit frustrated as we get the missed free throw there. A little bit frustrated that the screen wasn't called out a little bit earlier, giving him the chance to fight over it.
Both teams have been whistled for 7 fouls here in the second half. Two-point Bakersfield lead. Hunsaker. They work it over to Brunel. Back to Holton. He'll put up a 3. Missed it. He's 1 of 10 from outside. Throws it up on the drive after drawing the foul from Eric Kinney. For Kinney, his 3rd. Team's 8th. Stops the clock. 3:42 to play. When we get back, Holton Hunsaker will be at the free throw line with his Wolverines down by 2.
They say the devil is in the details. And in here, there are a lot of details. Flavor, color, texture, temperature, presentation. It all has to be flawless. Pressure? Maybe. But with engaged learning, I get a lot of practice. And I'll bet your homework never tasted this good.
Welcome to Utah Valley University, home to an educational philosophy that engages its students in hands-on, practical education. I invite you to learn more about one of Utah's largest, fastest growing, and most dynamic universities.
Replay here. This is the second shot, second attempt from Holton. The original play drawn up for him from the 3-point line. He's that time very aggressive in driving and gets to the line, exactly what UVU needed.
48-46. Wolverines of Utah Valley down by 2. Holton Hunsaker be at the free throw line. I know people have accused me of jinxing him all season long. He's still the WAC's #1 free throw shooter. Not having as good a season as he wanted to. Last year he finished 4th in the nation. He's not ranked anywhere near that this year, but he's still #1 in the WAC. Wolverines tonight, very uncharacteristic. 14 of 20 from the stripe. 2 free throws coming from the senior. Started his 124th straight game tonight. No jinx. Wolverines down by just one.
Now let's see what happens here, Jim. After the free throw, what is Cal State Bakersfield going to do? You're going to get a substitution on the make here from Corbin. With Corbin coming into the game, going to that more perimeter-oriented, guard-oriented lineup. So they've got four guys really that can drive. You've got Kinney, Grayson, Corbin, and Maynor all in the game. Look for maybe a screen on the ball, some type of action where getting their guards coming off those screens, or they have tried to get that ball into Ali Ahmed. Maybe they're going to look to do that here again.
Steal, Hunsaker on the run. See if he learned from last time. Missed it. Ben Aird, before he could follow, a whistle was going to put Holton Hunsaker at the free throw line again.
Now what a play from Holton, because you had Ali Ahmed coming up to the free throw line. It was Holton knew that ball was going there. He just sagged off his sagged off his man. He was right in front of Ali Ahmed in perfect timing, taking that ball away. And as you said, he didn't let up any steam like he did the previous layup. That time he went full steam ahead.
That time I didn't say a word, and I jinxed him. Hunsaker's first miss tonight. He's 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Poor Holton is just struggling from outside, though. He's only hit one shot from outside. It was a three-pointer. He's 1 for 10. Well, 3 straight free throws from the senior give the Wolverines a 1-point lead. After that 24-2 run that Bakersfield went on, Wolverines now on a 10-3 run of their own.
Screening, picks on the ball. This ball is probably going to be going inside here to Ali Ahmed, one-on-one against Ben.
Bakersfield controls. 3 minutes. Ahmed, easy. And a timeout, Bakersfield. They've got 3 left. 2:58 to play. Bakersfield by 1.
And that's exactly what an offensive rebound does for your team and does to a defense, because the Wolverines got exactly what they wanted with the perimeter jump shot. They just weren't able to come up with the offensive rebound. And at that point, it's a mad scramble when you have everybody going for the loose ball. You're confused as a defense. You don't know who to rotate to. Ben thought he had to rotate out to the wing, but Ali Ahmed was underneath, wide open. So again, that offensive rebound giving second life, second chances to Bakersfield.
.258 separates UVU from an undisputed sole WAC championship. If Bakersfield wins this thing, UVU shares it with New Mexico State, the regular season title. Three seniors, a junior and a sophomore or a freshman on the floor for the Wolverines. It's their starting 5 still out there. Zach Nelson with 4 fouls. Enos paired with 3 each. Ahmed's got 4 fouls. Kinney's got 3 for Bakersfield. Wolverines very patient. 15 seconds to shoot. Brunel wide open for 3.
Oh, yeah. What a shot. 2 defenders went to Holton on that. Great job of Mitch Brunel just spacing the floor. Knocks down the big 3.
2-point lead, Utah Valley. 2:20 to play.
Here comes that pick on the ball. It's got to be in their minds. When the shot goes up, everybody crashing.
Grayson a 3. That won't go. They're going to give it to UVU.
Yeah. I thought that was a good call, even though we were blocked out a little bit. It looked like to me Kinney was the last one that came in. swipe that ball away.
Under 2 minutes now. Another great college basketball game in the WAC.
Yeah, what a finish. Good.
This season has just proven that just about anybody can stay with just about anybody else. Brunel.
Great job passing, moving. Mitch did not stop moving on that play. Gets rewarded from Zach with a great pass.
Minute 20 to play. Grayson almost lost the handle, does. Ben Aird dives for it. Scramble. Jump ball called. Possession arrow, Bakersfield. And a couple players very lucky that a foul wasn't called in there, as players diving on top of each other. Ahmed especially very unhappy with how that went down.
Yeah. They're gonna likely look at this because there was a scramble. Casey McClellan came in and pushed Ahmed back to the ground because obviously
Casey McClellan being
the official,
one of the officials,
being one of the officials, came in, pushed Ahmed back to the ground. This is what they're going to take a look at.
Why would he do that?
Well, because it's a scramble. Emotions are high. Everybody's on the floor. Players are diving all over the place. There's fouls being committed because everybody's diving on the court. And Ahmed thought that he got fouled, but I think it was Holton. It looked like it was Holton who he pushed. Or at least, I don't know. It looks like there was some type of a push or shoving, something going on in the pile there.
The officials again have 2 cameras that we are not privy to. Both of them are mounted pretty high. One of them shoots one half of the floor, the other shoots the other half. And that's when they go look at replays. Utah Valley, we know for a fact, has a 4-point lead with 1:16 to play. And a delay like this kind of hurts UVU, who was on a roll, really, on an 8-2 run. I mentioned it earlier, Bakersfield coming out of that second half went on a 24-2 tear to lead UVU by 45-39, a 6-point lead, and then the Wolverines started chipping away and coming back. It was 9-3, pushed it ahead to a 10-3 run for UVU, thanks to Holton Hunsaker, 3 consecutive free throws, and then Mitch Brunel with back-to-back baskets has given the Wolverines a 4-point lead at 54-50. Pretty good crowd here tonight, despite the fact that spring break started today. It'll be interesting to see just how many fans from UVU make their way down to Las Vegas next week. A noon tip in Las Vegas as the #1 seed on Thursday. There's President Matt Holland, the president of the university. His wife Paige in the green sweater. And I have no idea who those two are. I'm doing play-by-play of honey shots now. 1:16 to play. UVU this half, just 30% shooting. They put up 23 shots and made 7. They've called both coaches over to talk to them. Rod Barnes looks like he's not real happy about it, whatever the decision is. The officials are still sort of sorting things out. Now they're coming to talk to Rod Barnes again. Holton Hunsaker is going to be shooting free throws all alone. The officials, the official scorer says, I need to know what's going on. And Dwayne Allen says, I'll get it to you. Dwayne Allen, the official, said, I will let you know when I know. Rod Barnes still trying to make his point. with another official standing here in front of our broadcast position. Matt Peterson now has the scoop, headed back our way, and sits down.
Sorry to leave you hanging there, Jim.
That's all right. You know, we're just talking about weather and things. What's going on?
So contact, dead ball, technical foul on Ali Ahmed. So he's fouled out of the game.
Wow.
Because it was a dead ball, the call initially was a jump ball, but because it is a dead ball, the possession error, the jump ball does not happen. So Holton is going to be getting 2 free throws, and then the Wolverines get the basketball. The possession arrow does not change, but they looked at the replay and they're calling that technical foul on Ali Ahmed.
All right, so that puts Holton Hunsaker at the free throw line with the Wolverines up by 4. How many does he get?
He gets 2 free throws, and then they get possession. And what happened, Jim, we didn't get a replay, and in the angle that I saw that the officials saw, all players were diving. Ali Ahmed was on the ground. Keava came, dove on him. Holton was laying there sitting on his behind on the ground with his legs out, and Ahmed reacted. Holton didn't do anything. He was just sitting there. Ahmed reacted, and it looked like he almost swung through. Didn't see where he hit him. It was a bad angle to see, at least from my perspective. The officials had a better view at it, but that's what they decided, and that's where the dead ball technical foul was called.
Well, sometimes replay saves you, sometimes it costs you. Wolverine basketball, leading by 6 with 1:10 to play. Wolverines right now on a 10-2 run. 20 seconds to shoot, 1 minute to play. Got to figure the Wolverines are going to burn a lot of this clock.
Yep, you're going to have to get their action going here. 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
5 seconds. Hunsaker can put it up from out there, and he will. That one not going down. Bakersfield coming back the other way. Corbin works inside, and his feet slide out from under him. Traveling is the call. See if you can watch his feet here.
Yeah, pretty good on-ball defense, and
yeah,
the foot slid. It was that right foot. Good call there.
32 seconds to play. Wolverines wide open. Mitch Brunel.
And they're going to get a technical foul on Mitch. I have no idea. I think I see Dwayne Allen's mouth moving, saying that it's an unsportsmanlike. I have no idea where that came from. I mean,
well, official Dwayne Allen has a big history here at UVU, making some calls that have frustrated a lot of Wolverine fans the last 4 seasons, including calling. Well, here it is. What
I don't know.
Was that?
Mean, come on. Can we not show any emotion when we play the sport? I mean, good grief.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, if anything, you say that he, through the rim when he was coming off of it. I mean, an unnecessary call there in my mind.
Dwayne Allen.
He didn't do it to any player. He didn't do it to any on the other team. I mean, it was just. Here's the replay. We see another replay again. I mean, he goes up. He doesn't hang on the rim excessively. I mean,
wow.
I mean,
all right, 58-51. 7-point lead for the Wolverines with 27.7 seconds to play. All the way to the hole, laying it up and in. Barnes.
Be ready for the steals here. Be ready for trapping.
Wolverines down by 5, and a foul on the inbounds pass. Going to put Holton Hunsaker at the free throw line again. 21.6 to play. Corbin picks up his second. 11th team foul this half against Bakersfield. Mitch Brunel scored the last 3 baskets from the floor for UVU. Holton Hunsaker chipped in a couple of free throws in that stretch. Hunsaker with 12 points tonight.
Yeah, and clearly the most impressive and most important of all those is Holton attempts this free throw. Was the three that Mitch had from the wing. When two defenders went to Holton, Holton passed it to the wing. That ball rattled around, went off the backboard, and went down. He knocked that down. I believe that gave him the 1-point lead. And then he gets that on one of the following possessions. He gets the leader in the paint and then the dunk finish. Critical baskets coming from Mitch tonight.
Wolverines by 7 with 21.6 to play. Stranger things have happened now. Barnes all the way, hanging jumper good. Bakersfield takes another timeout. They've got 2 left.
Yeah, it's just
all the timeouts have been official timeouts.
Yeah, going back and forth here with the timeouts. What this is going to all be about is possession and not turning the ball over. You've got a 5-point lead. Just keep possession of the ball. You know that you're going to either be trapped or you're going to be fouled. How many timeouts do the Wolverines have left? They have 2. You're going to get Zach be the inbounder here and likely going to get either a single screen or a double screen trying to get Holton free, as he's the best free throw shooter, but be aware that you're going to get fouled and that those hands are coming swiping at the ball at all times.
Wolverines have outscored Bakersfield from the free throw line by 14 points. Wolverines 21 of 28. Bakersfield 7 of 13. Well, they're forced to foul Hunsaker as they get the ball into Holton's hands. Maynard picks up his 3rd foul. 14.1. I don't know, might be a little too early for that song.
Yeah.
Which was made famous 40 years ago.
I think if Holton can knock these down, Wolverines will have a clear advantage. Obviously, any shot Bakersfield here is going to have to start shooting up some threes. A little surprised they haven't already done so.
Ice water. Holton 12 of 13 from the stripe tonight. He's got 15 points overall. Hasn't shot that well from the floor, just made 1 out of 11. Leading scorer for Utah Valley, though, with 15. Brunel with 14. Ben Air with 11. Seven-point lead with 14.1 seconds left. Barnes in traffic. Ben Air with a block.
That'll do it.
And Bakersfield still hasn't thrown in the towel. 5.7 seconds left. 7-point lead for the Wolverines of Utah Valley. Foul against Grayson, his 3rd. Isaiah Grayson, 18 points tonight for Bakersfield. Ali Ahmed is fouled out with 14 points and 8 rebounds. Ben Air, double-double tonight. 11 points, 10 rebounds. And oh, by the way, Ben Air 3 block shots as well.
Yeah, big one there too.
Eight-point lead. Ben Air moved into 2nd place, by the way, tonight in minutes played all time at UVU, trailing only Holton Hunsaker. 9-point lead for the Wolverines with 5.7. Grayson gives over to Maynard. Last shot. That's how this one finishes. Ladies and gentlemen, sole possession of first place. Your champions of the Western Athletic Conference 2013-2014, Utah Valley University, with a 9-point win over Cal State Bakersfield, 64-55 final score. Wolverines looked like they were going to blow it, quite frankly, in that second half when they gave up a 24-2 run after leading by as many as 12 in that first half, allowed Bakersfield to come back. And now, because it's senior night, the 4 seniors will be honored in our post-game show. We'll come back with that tonight as the Wolverines of Utah Valley are your WAC champions. Back in a minute on UVU TV. Back at the UCCU Center, Utah Valley University celebrating with their fans and only their fans. WAC champions. First year in the WAC, and they are the WAC champs for the regular season. They already nailed down the #1 seed, and with it the automatic NIT berth if they don't go to the NCAA. The winner of the WAC tournament next week in Las Vegas will go to the NCAA as the WAC champion. And if it's not UVU, UVU guaranteed a spot in the NIT. Those matchups will be announced late Sunday night after the NCAA matches or announces their matchups. But right now, how impressive is this? Matt Peterson, you played here years ago when you did not have a chance of going to the NCAA tournament. And now, what's it like to watch this team do this?
Well, the first thing I am is jealous. You know, there would have been nothing more that I would have loved than to be out there celebrating like they are. But the second thing I am is I'm so proud of those guys. You know, we see them play. We've seen them, the seniors play for 3 years and 4 years, and the progress that they made over those years has been so impressive. The progress that they made in this season. And you know what? It's well-deserved, because there's no way you win a conference championship, a regular season conference championship, unless you earn it. And that is exactly what the Wolverines did. You know, the joy, you know, you see the smiles, you see the hugging. It's a lot of time, a lot of hard work. And I'm very proud and very happy for these guys, and they deserve it.
4 seniors playing their last game on this floor tonight. Taylor Brown, Keavi Enos, Ben Aird, and Holton Hunsaker. Let's join our PA announcer, Eric Allen, for the post-game festivities. They've got to bring a trophy out. There's your WAC champion trophy. Wow. Who would have thunk this? UVU was not picked by anybody to even finish second in the WAC, much less win the thing.
You know, it's a heck of an effort that they've had, because, you know, how fitting, how appropriate for the seniors to go out on this high and on this note. How fitting it is for the younger guys, you know, the guys that are still have several years left, the guys that are looking to come to the program. They get to see this, they get to experience it, and there's nothing but positive things that can come from this. And you know, just to see them out celebrating is a wonderful thing.
Taylor Brown, Keavi Enos, Ben Aird, and Holton Hunsaker, the 4 seniors. Coming back next year, Hayes Garrity, who's only a sophomore. Mitch Brunel, who's a junior this year. Brendan Evans, who's a junior. Chad Ross, who's a junior. And starter Zach Nelson, who's a freshman this year. There's University President Matt Holland. UVU picks up their second WAC championship since joining the WAC. I believe it was the cross-country team that won the first WAC championship for UVU earlier this year, this academic year rather. UVU's men's basketball team the second. 64-55. UVU finishes the regular season 19-10. With a 13-2 home record and 13-3 in the WAC. Cal State Bakersfield, by the way, finishes 12-18 on the year. just 6-11 on the road, and they'll finish 5-11 in the WAC. Coach Dick Hunsaker, proud in a couple of ways, proud of his team, but now he's got to deal with the emotions of he just watched his son, Holton, play his last game as a senior at home in the regular season. Holton has started every game, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year.
I mean, what better way to go out, Jim? You're a senior, your last home game, you make critical plays, you hit critical shots. Your teammates hit critical shots, you can be a part of it, and you get to celebrate. It couldn't be a better finish than what we're seeing right here. To the regular season, that is.
Yes. Wolverines have at least 2 games remaining. They'll be in the WAC tournament next Thursday at noon. Still don't know exactly who they'll play. It will be either Texas Pan American, Seattle, or these Bakersfield Roadrunners. If they were to lose that one, they'd still have another game in the NIT. But the way the Wolverines have been pulling things out, boy, don't put it past these guys to make a run next week.
Fans, we'd first like to bring out senior number 3, Keave Enos. Keave came to Utah Valley after 1 season at Mesa Community College and followed an LDS mission to Jackson, Mississippi. Keave was named to the Great West All-Academic Team as a junior last season. In 3 seasons as a Wolverine, he has played in 81 games, and this season has started all 29 contests. He's having his best season this year with averages of nearly 8 points and 3 rebounds per game, and has scored a career-high 14 points 4 different times this season. In a return to his home state of Arizona, Keave scored 13 points and was 4 for 4 from the three-point line in a win over Grand Canyon. His three-point percentage ranks among top 2 in program history for a single season and the top 5 for a career. He ranks 3rd at UVU in free throw percentage for a career, hitting over 86% from the line, including 92% this season. Keave is joined on the court tonight by his wife, Caitlin, and his grandfather, Ron. Ladies and gentlemen, senior guard number 3, Keave Enos. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome number 32, Taylor Brown. Taylor served an LDS mission in Brazil before returning for his final 3 seasons, including 3 conference championships at Utah Valley. Despite missing the early part of the season due to injury, Taylor has appeared in 110 career games, ranking 5th on the school's all-time game plays list. He established his career high of 15 points last season against Arizona Christian. From Draper, Utah, Taylor attended Alta High School, where he also played baseball. Taylor has made 46 career three-pointers, ranking in the top 10 in that category in Utah Valley University's NCAA Division I era. Taylor is joined on the court tonight by his wife, Courtney, and his parents, Lisa and Ron. Ladies and gentlemen, senior guard number 32, Taylor Brown. And now, fans, welcome out Big Ben Air. Prior to beginning his basketball career at Utah Valley, Big Ben Air served an LDS mission in Spokane, Washington, after a decorated career at Bountiful High School. Ben is a 3-time All-Conference selection, including a first-team All-Grade West honoree last year. As a 2-time academic All-Conference team member, he entered tonight 2nd on the all-time scoring list at UVU. He is the school's career leader in blocks and rebounds, and ranked 2nd all-time in steals, games played and games started. He's also closing in on becoming the program's first player with 1,000 career rebounds, and is one of 6 players to have scored at least 1,000 career points at UVU. Before the season, he was named to the WAC's preseason All-Conference first team, and and later earned the program's first WAC Player of the Week award on January 6th. He scored a career-best 26 points on 3 different occasions and grabbed 15 rebounds twice in a game during his career. As a junior, he recorded the second triple-double in program history with 26 points, 13 rebounds, and a school record 10 blocks. Ben has career averages of 12.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. With this season's WAC championship, he has been a member of 3 conference championship teams. He's joined on the court tonight by his parents, Jane and Ken Ayer. Ladies and gentlemen, senior center number 34, Big Ben Ayer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out. Tonight's final senior, guard number 12, Holton Hunsaker. Like Ben Ayer, our final senior tonight has been a part of 3 conference championships at Utah Valley. After prepping at Woodcross High School and serving LDS mission in Fiji, Holton Hunsaker came to Orem and has become UVU's most decorated athlete in terms of academic and athletic success at the Division I level. Just recently, Holton became the first men's basketball player at Utah Valley to be named an academic All-American, receiving second-team honors. He's the first Black men's basketball player since 2004, and the first men's basketball player at a Utah school since 1999 to receive that distinction. His list of awards also includes being named a 2-time academic All-District team member, a member of the Division I AAA Athletic Directors Association Scholars Athlete Team, and a 3-time All-Conference performer. A 2-time academic all-conference honoree and the Great West Conference Male Scholar of the Year in 2013. He has started each and every game of his 4-year career, playing, starting, and logging more minutes than any other player in program history. As a junior, Holton was a 3-time Conference Player of the Week, including a 37-point performance at Chattanooga, where he tied a school record with 8 3-pointers made. He entered tonight 3rd in the school record books in points scored, while also holding the career record for assists and steals. He ranked 2nd all-time in 3-pointers made, free throws made, and free throw percentage, hitting 87% for his career. He has career averages of 12 points and 3.4 assists per game, and has made 226 career 3-pointers. Holton is joined on the court by his wife and daughter, Jessica and Quincy, and his parents, Diane and Dick. Ladies and gentlemen, senior guard, number 12, Holton Hunsaker. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause one more time for your 2014 Utah Valley Wolverines. Round of applause one more time, ladies and gentlemen, for your 2014.
How fitting that Holton Hunsaker and Ben Ayer, who seem to have joined at the hip for the last 4 years, finished their careers, at least in the regular season, exactly tied, Matt, 1,494 points for each of them. For each of them.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Holton, the all-time assist leader, Ben, the all-time rebounder. 2 guys who will certainly be missed, but hey, let's look forward. The Wolverines, despite losing 4 seniors, they still got they got some games to play.
They do. I mean, you know, this is going to be a great celebration. Obviously, with that, you have to look forward. The most important part of their season starts next Thursday at noon, and whoever they play, they've got to be ready because it's tournament time and anything can happen. So you got to celebrate this. Have a great night tonight with it. Start your preparations tomorrow and get refocused for what lies ahead, because as the Wolverines have seen in these last several games, what has happened is the opponents are coming in here giving the Wolverines their best shot. That's exactly what's going to happen next week at the tournament. So, but it is sweet. It is sweet to see and great to be a part of.
Wolverines are now going to get to cut down the net. Part of winning that WAC regular season championship. Did you ever get to do that? Cut down a net?
Cut down a net.
Well, I didn't mean illegally, like
Oh,
running
yeah.
around.
Oh, okay.
I meant as part of a ceremony.
Then that, no, I have not.
Wolverines 19-10 this season. This is a team, folks, that had a losing record last year, 14-18. This year they turned it around.
I never listened to John Jackson, but this is one of my all-time favorites. Forever and ever.
You're hearing Coach Dick Hunsaker, by the way. Coach Dick Hunsaker giving my broadcast partner a little trouble here.
It never stops. Tell you what.
Once you graduate, you should be able to at least talk back to him.
Yeah, no,
he
was saying nothing but positive things. So
he loves you.
I have a great relationship with Coach Hunsaker. Learned so much about the game from him, and learned so much about life as well. So
I've never met a single player who finished his career with Dick Hunsaker who doesn't love him.
Yeah.
I mean, Ronnie Price in the NBA comes back here as often as possible and just loves Coach Dick Hunsaker.
Well, and you know why, Jim?
As do many others.
Yeah, there's a lot of, as we see the nets being cut down here, but I'll tell you why it is. It's because he demands the most at all times. He demands perfection, and that's the way he coaches. And as a player, that's what you learn to expect. And so that's why you come back and you love the relationships that you've been, because you realize that he has pushed you and pushed you and pushed you to become the best that you can possibly be. And you can't look back on a relationship like that and not come away thankful for it and grateful for it. And sometimes it's difficult, it is, but that's what makes people better, is difficult situations, and that's what he demands, and that's why everybody loves it.
I heard a great quote from Holton. It might have been on the interview that they've posted online after Holton was named Academic All-American. What it's like playing for your dad, because he is pretty demanding. And Holton said, look, you know, and everybody on the team knows where everybody stands at all times with Coach.
Yep.
He doesn't drag you off and yell at you privately.
No,
I mean he'll let you know right in front of everybody what you've done right, what you've done wrong.
Yeah, the best coaches are the most demanding. The best in life are a lot of that same way. They're very clear. There's no blurred lines. You know exactly what's expected of you, and if you don't do it right, then you're going to be coached and told about it. And so it's exactly what all these players experience, and that's the reason that they're here. That's the reason that they're at this point cutting down the nets, is because they've been pushed and they have been prepared unbelievably well for every game that they've been in. Maybe their execution wasn't there, but you know that they were ready to go, and they know that, and they'll appreciate it, and they do appreciate it.
16 points for senior Holton Hunsaker tonight. 13 points for senior Ben Aird tonight. 6 points from Keawe Enos. Taylor Brown did get his 5 minutes in, was unable to score. Bunil, crucial baskets down the stretch, 14 points. Wolverines win it, 64-55. They are the Western Athletic Conference champions. Hey, thanks for being with us tonight and this season. This broadcast has been a production of UVU's digital media department. For Matt Peterson and our entire production crew, I'm Jim McCullough saying na na na, hey hey, goodbye from Orem, Utah.